Hi, I'm Michelle Karam with Dishes by Michelle in Los Angeles, California. I'm all in the Halloween spirit and ready to make one of my favorite snacks. This is called Nutty Vampire Crunch. So the first thing that I've gone ahead and done is I've taken some butter and I've taken 3/4 of a stick and I've gone ahead and I've melted it. And what's going to make this the vampire bloody part is going to be I've taken some red coloring gel. Now you can use the actual drops, but I happen to have just gel. So I'm just going to add just a little bit, probably like maybe 1/4 or 1/2 of a teaspoon, depends on how much you want to, how red you want to make it. So I'm going to go ahead and just add that in there and I'm going to give it a little whisk. All right, so now that I've gone ahead and I've made my bloody butter, I'm gonna go ahead and take my nuts and I'm gonna add them into a bowl. I have about 2 to 2.5 cups of raw almonds. These have no salt on them, nothing going on with them. I'm gonna pour them in this bowl. I also have about 2 cups of whole cashews. Now these are lightly salted. This is the only form of the salt that you're gonna get. So this is where it's gonna be that sweet and salty and spicy. This is where the salty is gonna come from, is from the lightly salted cashews. And this is where the Halloween part comes in. These are pepitas, or better known as the seeds from inside of a pumpkin. And these ones are raw, they haven't been toasted, although you could use the toasted ones, but this is gonna go in the oven, so it'll kind of do double the same thing. So these are raw pepitas. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of sugar, and this is just plain white sugar, granulated sugar. I'm gonna add some clove. This is ground clove. I'll probably add 2 little dashes of that. And then I'm gonna add some ground cinnamon, and you'll put about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half in there. That's the real fall, holiday flavor that you get from that. And then here's where the spicy comes in. This is cayenne. Now I like spicy, but not everybody might. And remember, this is gonna go in the oven, and the longer cayenne sits, the more it has time to have its flavor develop, the heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure this one. I'm gonna put in 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Then I'm gonna take my red butter, give it a little whisk, mix it up again, and I'm gonna pour this all on top. And as you can see, it's pretty gooey and red and truly looks like blood. Then we're gonna give this a big mix. All right, so I've got this all combined. It looks absolutely wonderfully vampire-y. And I'm gonna go ahead and take some nonstick spray. I'm just gonna spray the bottom of my sheet pan, a light coat. Although there's butter in there, you just wanna be sure that nothing sticks. And then we're gonna take all of these nuts and just lay them in one even layer on the sheet pan, and then pop it in the oven on 350 to 375, depending on how hot your oven is, for about 30 to 40 minutes until it turns real crispy and hard and they break apart into these great crunchy pieces. So I've taken my Nutty Vampire Crunch out of the oven and I've allowed it to cool for about 30 to 40 minutes. The longer you let it sit out, the more those sugars are gonna caramelize and make it even more crunchy. So now we're just gonna take a spatula and kind of scrape it up from the bottom of the sheet pan. And you see they're gonna be these great little bites that are Nutty Vampire Crunchy bites. I'm Michelle Karam with Dishes by Michelle. Thank you so much for watching.